Welcome. Welcome to episode 11 of The Gift of Gab. I think this is episode 11.
Pretty sure, yeah.
Min was 10, double digits. This is episode 11.
Wait, you got Min on here?
We got Min on here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was cool.
This is episode 11 of The Gift of Gab podcast. Today, we have a guest that is going to knock your socks off and then put them right back on, Luke Mullen.
Ooh. Wow. Truly honored to be in the fine boy's presence.
Yeah.
Is that us?
It's like three of you.
That's
I
our
don't know
name.
this guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
This guy I'm still warming up to.
I haven't got a read on him yet.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes at the end of the podcast.
That was Ben. He pointed. This guy is Ben.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up?
Hey, Ben.
How's it going?
Nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
I'm sitting in the street right now, and they're in the garage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have set this up. Really couldn't be safer in terms of COVID. And now, how'd we do this? I'll answer that question. Wires, cables, many of them.
A plethora.
So many.
Yeah.
Some may say a bundle. I've heard.
A bundle of wires and cables. So Luke, he's a guest we've been wanting to get on for some time, really since the birth of the podcast. He's been target number one.
He's right at the top of our hit list.
Yeah.
The well, it's like the FBI most wanted, but it's the G.A.B. most beloved.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a nice thought. Thanks.
So right before we started recording, we were talking about how disgusting it is that there's a worm in George's stomach.
Well, first we were discussing how I'm on a food cleanse right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Ashton pointed out that there's a ringworm that lives in George's stomach that does the trick for him.
Yeah, it does
Wait.
sort of a food cleanse for him.
Which is absolutely not the case, but
It's
No, let me say
scarily
that. No,
you
close.
just have a
It's
little-
scarily close to the case.
he's my little buddy. You know, for him it's not a parasite. He's a friend.
Calling him an insect is just absolutely disrespectful.
Yeah.
I don't like
Couldn't be
yeah.
farther from the truth.
Yeah.
No,
Well-
I had it.
Well, we don't
It
know
might
that it's
still
gone.
be there.
Yeah.
There's.
Okay, well, I took some sort of medicine, so I hope it did the trick. But it was a parasite, and I
Medicine is
what if-
notoriously
wait.
unreliable.
No, George. Yeah. What if the parasite evolved? He took them. It made him stronger.
medicine. The medicine was actually parasite steroids. And I've been going about this all wrong. No,
You basically cut him in half and created like two super worms.
yeah. Well, now I have two friends. You know,
Yeah.
it's a massive bonus.
It's
for
like
me.
in Percy Jackson before they know that the Hydra grows more heads when you cut them off.
They're
The
just slicing
doctor-
those things like
Yeah.
like noodles.
Science hasn't found out that George's specific breed of parasite, you can't just cut it in half, otherwise it'll just regrow into two.
Shouldn't in Percy Jackson they should have known, right? Because that was set in modern day, and the Hydra's been
those
been around
things are-
for like thousands of years.
Yeah.
In that world.
They had no
Yeah.
excuse.
Yeah.
Honestly, you see anything with two heads in like the Percy Jackson kind of world. Like,
Yeah.
Come on, you're not
Come
going.
on.
for
Don't
those-
go chopping
Don't go
those
chopping
off.
those things.
Yeah,
Like,
that's bait. That's the frickin', that's like, it's like hanging a little shiny thing right in front of
Yeah.
you. Oh, look at my two heads. Don't you want to chop one of these off?
yeah, it's like that thing in Finding Nemo. It's like, you know, that little guy that has like the bowl.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, he wants you to take it. It's like, no, don't
Those-
take it.
Don't take that.
That's darn angler.
Come get one of these
Yeah.
heads, see what happens.
Why is it not?
More.
No,
grow.
so I had a parasite. It was not. Well, it actually could have been
Had.
a worm
That's
of.
such a funny word. Had. That's so weird.
No, okay. Well,
That's such a weird conjugation.
I
of that
had
word.
and hopefully don't still have a parasite,
Better.
and I don't know what it was called.
What was his name? Like Ben?
Let's call him Kevin.
Call him Ben. Let's call him Ben.
I'm still
I like
warming up
Ben.
to him. I'm gonna call him Ben.
Yeah, let's call him Ben.
But I don't know if it's gone. I hope it is. I don't even know what it was. It might have been a worm. Might not have been. But
If George's parasite's listening, we'd love to have him.
Wow, you guys are really scrapping for guests.
Yeah. Really scraping at the bottom of the barrel. George, did you feel sort of disgusting when they said you have a parasite?
I felt yeah.
Was it a little gross? Be honest.
It's honestly pretty gross because I feel like parasites is the classic thing that's like
Gross.
It's just gross.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, I didn't like it.
George,
And
for all we know, it could have, you know, that because there's a parasite that forces like ants to go in a lake and drown. For all we know,
It's gonna
could've-
force me to go in a lake and drown.
Yeah, what if it did that?
What if it's that parasite?
I'm such a strong swimmer.
What if it wants you to think that the
That would be
the
very fun.
antibodies worked? Like, what if it's smart? What if it's like, yeah, you got
lying
me.
dork.
Haha. He's just he's on his way up your neck right now, going to your brain.
He's all
Yeah.
George 1, Parasite 0.
Oh shoot. Yeah, no, George is such a good swimmer. The parasite would have been hard pressed to make
to
him
make me drown. Yeah. If anything, he'd be. I'm more powerful in water than I am on land. So
It's your element.
yeah.
Yeah. George is a surfer. Well, that's a strong word. George.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
All right.
George.
What am I?
George goes in the ocean on a surfboard.
Yeah. And so does Luke.
Sometimes.
Me and Luke are bonded in that way.
Sorry, I thought that was like a nuclear explosion
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah,
Are
what
we all
was that?
hearing that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
OT, you got that?
That we can EQ it out.
I think that
I
was
got
a
that.
car starting or something, but
Yeah.
very scary.
I think it was
So,
a nuclear explosion.
Oh, yeah, I like.
I would.
emails.
Yeah, let's go with that hypothesis.
They're cool.
Yeah, George and I are both surfers. I've never surfed with him personally, so I
No,
cannot.
We got to arrange that.
We have to.
No, I rip though. I actually.
do you actually rip?
I don't know. I'm
Right.
fine.
Bro, you get tubed?
I get tubed.
Yeah,
Did
get
you?
tubed,
Did you
Luke?
go this morning?
I got tubed.
Did you go this morning?
I did go this morning.
I was gonna go, but
It was an
have
actual
broken
zoo.
my wrist.
The problem is right
Yeah.
now is everyone started surfing due to quarantine because that's
that's what you can do.
all you can do.
We live in
So
beautiful Santa
I'm-
Barbara.
Yeah, I'm one
Yeah.
of those people, kind of.
yeah.
Yeah.
Ben just got a wetsuit.
Yeah,
oh, fun.
that was cool. Yeah,
Do you
He
surf?
rips.
I'm one of those people who's starting. And
So-
Yeah,
right.
he's getting into it. We've gone a few times.
Okay.
He gets after it. Oh, there's our culprit. There's a car driving over who I assume made that massive noise.
He's just running his engine right now in his garage.
Let's go beat him up.
Hey, we're gonna have to take a quick break.
And we'll be right back. It was about like 10
We just
minutes.
keep the audio rolling and we just hear in the background just faint like, oh,
Yeah, we're gonna have to go to a quick break while we beat that guy up.
Hang with us. We'll be back in a second.
No. Is he annoying me? Sure. Does that mean I'm gonna commit violence against him?
Yes, probably.
Oh, you want to talk about annoyed? So today I'm hitting a fat rip, right? Not the vape, like I'm talking the wave
On the
Yeah.
surf.
on the surf, and it's like a zoo out there. Must have been 400 people.
Really?
Yeah,
many.
like
We're at Devro.
yeah, it was a Deborah. Like, yeah, it does have an X.
Ashton
It
took-
does have an X at the end. So it's
Ashton
like
took
a
2 years of French, so
3.
There you go.
Actually 4.
Thank you for clarifying. Yeah, but basically, I get I drop in on a steep face.
yeah.
We're talking like
You grab rail. Right?
Steep
yeah,
face,
we're talking like steep as in like I literally am vertical. to the
Steep
wave.
face is also the next Bond villain.
He comes out. He's like he has to wear a mask. And like it's like a square.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, dude, is there like something up with your face? He takes off. It's just like a cylinder, like in the shape of a
steep.
cucumber. It's just like steep face. Oh shit, sorry, I just like knocked that. That's gonna be fun.
All good.
Yeah, but basically, I go in for a drop, and some dude just comes in like a little snicky snake, and cuts me off, and I just
That must have
Holy-
been my parasite. He was probably preparing himself to drown me.
well, I did find it strange that there was no one on the board
Yeah.
that I could see. So
The only person on the board was like this little worm. No, yeah, that was just him. That was him getting accustomed to the water.
he's training right now. He's out of George's body. He's training
he's
for the
gonna-
day that he can come back and drown you.
No, yeah, that's how he's gonna lull him into a false sense of security. It's like, oh, he's gone. They do like a X-ray or whatever to do to find a
X-ray
parasite.
the
Oh, he's gone.
parasite.
He must. We must have got him. And no, he's just in the water training.
Getting stronger. He knows how formidable of a waterborne opponent I am, and
It's
he
like
knows.
it's like a montage of him like in like Arctic, like swimming in the ice caps.
Yeah. No, George, I have a healthy respect for the ocean. Do you?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. I've never
She's a cruel
really.
mistress, Mother Ocean.
Oh, she's a fickle mistress.
Yeah.
She'll teach you, so much. Yeah, no, I've never really been like, oh, I'm gonna die, but sometimes like, okay, well, I'm kind of scared.
You ever get out of your depth? No pun intended, Luke. In the ocean, you ever feel like, oh wow, it's really having Mother Nature's really having her way with me right now?
Oh yeah, I mean, there's definitely some waves that you look up at the face and you're like,
that's freaking
I'm not
scary.
making it over this. So like
Yeah.
I don't know what like there's that moment of like, do I duck under? Do I like
Yeah.
just end it nice and quick and do a little neck snap, you have to weigh those possibilities. But there has been one time where I did like so you're going up over the wave and you just get sucked right back down. Like
Right.
you don't fully make it over the wave.
And then you freaking
And
go backwards.
And I hit the reef. Like my back hit the reef.
Was it called the surgeon's table?
Me and Ben watched a surf video, and the reef was called the surgeon's table. So now we just say everything in the ocean's called the surgeon's table.
Don't get the reference, but I appreciate the humor there. No, but
Score.
Nailed it.
yeah, but basically, you get held under. I got held under for probably 10 seconds, which feels like 2 minutes under the water, and
when you're not preparing for it. It's
No.
one thing to do breath holding competitions in George's hot tub.
right.
It's
right.
another to be pinned under
As
the
40,000 gallons of water
Yeah.
just pushing against you, and you're
Yeah.
trying to swim up, and you're
Yeah.
like, well, is this the end?
Aren't there wetsuits that like if you hit the bottom, it like for like big wave surfers?
Oh
that,
yeah,
like,
you can like
buoyant.
pull a cord and it
and
shoots
it
you up to the
inflates.
top.
Yeah.
I want to have that.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should take you out in one of those in like 2-foot waves, just like on the shore.
Pulls the string before he gets to the water.
Yeah.
Floating up. He's like, oh, wrong wetsuit.
Well, I saw a video of Did you see? I think Sports Center posted it. The video of that surfer rescuing the lady from
Yeah. House of Highlights.
a wave in
Yeah.
Mikey
Hawaii.
Wright.
Mikey Wright, Australian pro surfer, rescued some person from
From
the
drowning.
ocean in Hawaii,
Yeah.
and she didn't look very. She wasn't in super deep waters.
Yeah. It made me question, did she need saving? Probably.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
But she was
She's
also like
probably,
20
like-
feet from the shore. I bet the currents there are just
I don't
so
think
gnarly.
anyone
yeah.
tries to get saved just
Just
cause.
because. Yeah.
just for
Yeah.
fun.
No,
If it
she
was-
definitely needed
What if it was
saving.
Mikey Wright? He's so dreamy.
Yeah.
That mullet of his.
Yeah. I've definitely needed saving a few times in the ocean.
Have you?
I'm-
Have you received it?
No, and I had to pull myself up by my bootstraps, and I barely made it out.
That's too bad.
What doesn't
Yeah.
kill you makes you stronger, Ashton.
I guess.
Stand a little taller.
Yeah.
I don't know the rest of the song, but that's a song.
I'm sort of a pro at getting to that awkward in between spot of, well, can't go over it, can't go under,
Yeah, you probably most of the time can go under.
I mean, how big of waves have you been in?
You would think. Now, George, what George is
These
fails
1
to
foot pounders.
mention- Yeah. What George fails to acknowledge here in this discussion of sizes of waves is that the waves are measured from the back, and the back of the wave is oftentimes half the size of the face of the wave.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You know what?
George?
Actually, I don't know if you guys have like a fact check, but I did hear this recently. I always thought that it was measured by the back of the wave, and that's like how everyone had been measuring it. But sit in your seat, Ashton. Get
nice and
absolutely
cozy.
seated.
Okay.
And those sweatpants.
I have
I
a rock
did
solid
hear
retort-
that
I have
that-
a rock solid retort, regardless of what you say.
Okay, perfect. I did hear about that whole like measuring and the whole measuring thing was actually originated in Hawaii, and it's only in Hawaii that they do that because the waves are so massive there. But in
They don't want to count up all those numbers.
yeah. But in California, I don't know. This is a theory
this
that I
is-
heard like on the. I was in the the lineup, and I just
Yeah,
hear some
yeah.
other surfer talking about this. So I don't know if it's true, but
Guy sounds
who,
reliable. Guy definitely sounds
he
reliable.
definitely sounds reliable. Definitely like a trustworthy source.
Good kid.
I think he had a
Did I look it up?
PhD.
No.
I think he had a PhD. I'm pretty sure.
PhD in wave height.
No, here's my
CEO
response.
of
but
surf line,
what was he? What did he say?
Oh, so basically, the measuring it from the back of the wave, they only do that in certain places. So, like in California, they apparently don't. They measure by the face.
Yeah,
But I don't know if that's true.
I think that is
Well,
true.
They might
From
be
what I've
thinking,
heard.
Well, hold on. My mom did junior guards,
Oh,
and she says it's measured at the back.
My
So-
question is, how do you measure a wave from the back?
You got to paddle over.
Nobody's out there.
You paddle over it, and then
The
you
wave
turn around.
measurers are. You don't see them because they're out. They go.
Well, they take a boat out.
Have you heard of the government conspiracy called seaweed? That are that are the wave measures.
Those aren't actually. That's not actually plant life.
They're wave measurers.
They're
from the
wave
back.
measurers.
Ever wondered why the seaweeds are always so far out?
Yeah. Props to the government for coming up with such convincing disguises.
Yeah.
Props to them.
They must have gone back in time and put them to start evolving
I don't know if they would.
way in the past. So
Yeah.
now we're
here's
just
what
so
they did.
used to
They
them.
got a time machine and they threw a bunch of like little dudes in the ocean.
Mm.
And then they evolved to be seaweed, but they were still dudes. Like they could still measure.
Their
things
one
and
purpose
stuff.
is to measure the weight. Like they could have used that technology for anything, but they
Yeah.
they chose to
measure
do that
weight
to
from the
measure the weight
back.
from the
And then they covered it up. Yeah.
What's crazy is that's not that far flung as far as conspiracy theories go.
Yeah. Conspiracy theorists really get after it, and for no good reason. Like,
Yeah.
I think the flat Earth conspiracy is probably one of the dumbest ones. I mean, like there's some fun, like elaborate ones that I'm like, yeah, I
yeah.
you know,
yeah,
relatively
what-
harmless.
There's a lot with our
Yeah.
currency that people like try to like fold it in certain ways to make it.
Oh, yeah,
people
dude,
lo-
that's the
like
most
little
elementary
sixth
school.
graders.
That's the most
right. The Illuminati.
It's just
that
like
was fun.
Oh yeah, if you
I like
have
that.
a series of like a variety of vowels and some consonants, you can make words with that. You can rearrange those.
You see this? If I line $3 up, I have $3
in a row. That's
In a-
three George Washington heads right next to each other. You know, were there three of them? Who am I to say? I
George
don't,
Washington was actually a Greek mythological beast.
George Washington was actually the third president of the United States. The other two were covered up.
And they looked exactly like George Washington. Yeah, if you line 46 presidents or line $46 bills up, you see the actual
Order.
46 presidents.
yeah, and it's all George Washington.
Yeah.
He's been cloning himself and putting on crazy makeup for the last 300 years.
Smart
Damn
kid.
him. Damn it.
And he almost got away with it.
You heard it here first.
He was
guys.
close.
Yeah.
No, let's go get him. Let's go get George.
Hey man, come get your boy.
I think the moon landing conspiracy is a fun one.
That is fun.
Isn't it?
yeah, that
I
one's-
saw an Adam Ruins Everything video that debunked that, though.
Well, it's obviously debunked.
That
but
guy ruins
Ugh,
everything.
such a like.
Well, what
imagine
makes
him
it
at him at
Adam?
parties. Like, dude, guess what? I just like chugged 3 barrels, and he's like, actually, that is scientifically not possible. Let me tell you why.
Sort of a Neil deGrasse Tyson type of shutting
Kind of
people
a Debbie
down.
Downer in real life. He's
I
like fun
I
on the
think
internet.
Neil deGrasse Tyson would actually be kind of fun at a party, cause like. I don't know. There's something about him that I feel like he just let loose, and it's nice to see
No.
that guy kind of just go wild.
Yeah,
Luke, I thought the same thing.
I
so
sort
let
of-
Ashton.
Okay.
Okay.
I was listening to the podcast, and the podcast with James we talk about, which has not been released yet, but it's definitely getting released before this one.
Rude.
We talk about yeah, I mean it's episode 8 in the order of things.
I think it's 9.
Yeah.
9, true.
Yeah.
We were talking about Neil deGrasse Tyson, and I said I made some disparaging remarks about Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Yeah, because someone asked me who I would want to have on, what guest I would want to have on a podcast, and I said Neil deGrasse Tyson, and that theory just got destroyed.
Yeah, I
just
feel
ripped
like
into it.
yeah.
what's
so-
what's the claim for him?
The claim is that he's a bit of a smartass when it comes to science things, sometimes on Twitter and in real life, allegedly, because he said he went to a coffee shop.
Okay,
We already went through this anecdote.
yeah.
But he basically
He's
shut.
just not a great guy. Kind of annoying.
Kind of annoying.
We don't
but
know if he's not a great guy.
I-
just
yeah,
kind of
yeah, yeah.
annoying.
Yeah.
I
kind of
feel like I came on a little strong, and I'd like to issue a formal apology to Neil. You know, you're sort of you're a blank slate in my book. You're neutral in every way. You can choose to do good and impress me, Neil, or you can choose to be sort of a know-it-all.
Neil, if you're listening right now, I think this is Ashton's way of asking you to prove it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
Prove yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, you're at a crossroads, Neil.
yeah.
Where are you gonna go, buddy?
I just meant to say this. I don't have some beef with Neil deGrasse Tyson. I just heard that he can be kind of annoying sometimes. That's all I want to say about Neil deGrasse Tyson.
All right.
Back to the moon landing conspiracy.
Yeah.
What makes it fun, I guess? You know?
Well, conspiracies are fun.
Yeah, they're just interesting.
They just are fun.
Yeah, I think it's kind of.
I guess what makes a conspiracy fun for me is like, what if it's true? And if it's just not, I'm just saying things. And then it's like, oh, not true, and I know that.
Yeah, that one's just not true. Also, but I don't really think it. That one's kind of. It's nice when it doesn't really matter either way. Like if it is fake, it's like kind of crazy. It's like, oh wow, that's wild. But when conspiracy theories, if they are true or like have some like darker implications, that's where I'm not into it. I want to believe in ones that
Are just fun, and that's
yeah,
it.
yeah,
You want to believe in completely inconsequential conspiracy theories.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I'm into.
I saw this one where it was like Dasani water actually makes you like thirstier, and like it doesn't like quench your thirst, which I
That
feel
just
like
that
it's
just
not
might be the
true.
case. Well,
Really?
Well, the real
I don't
question
know,
is,
but-
has anyone here actually tried Dasani water? Do we actually know Dasani water exists?
I've never
Yeah.
seen Dasani water in a room with itself.
Now there is the conspiracy.
Now that I think about it, I've heard a lot of talk about Dasani for the past couple of years. Have I ever seen an actual Dasani bottle? Can you prove it?
no.
Have you seen it at like Gelson's? Like, no.
Can't prove it and haven't seen it. So you're right, you know?
give you that one for sure. Yeah.
All right, I'll seed you this. Dasani's not real.
No, I'm not saying it's
But it was
that it's-
something
that
that,
it
like
makes
there
you
was
thirsty.
salt in the water.
yeah. Well, it just seems like oh, okay, maybe.
Yeah.
Like it would make sense.
I feel like
It's-
that's like most almost like the smaller conspiracy theories. A lot of them are just like, yeah, maybe. Like, yeah, that's
Cool, whatever.
I guess like quench gum. Do you guys remember that? Is that like Big
Oh, I used-
Five and stuff?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
That was good.
Um,
I always got it like going on on an airplane. Like my parents would always buy it for me at the airport.
Oh yeah.
Big
I've-
Big Chew was good.
Yeah.
oh, that's have you ever played baseball? That's classic.
Yeah, I know. That's
Yeah.
in the
That
dugout.
I used to have that before I swore off gum entirely.
And change it to
Why?
tobacco.
Yeah.
I
Switch
got
to a much healthier.
I got super into tobacco and I was like, this gum stuff is not for me anymore, man.
It's just
Not
not
good
like,
for me.
It's not hitting as it used to when I was a kid.
I don't feel like
it's so
myself on gum.
It's so sugary, I just can't have that.
Wait, why'd you swear off gum? Because of your stomach thing, or like a long?
No,
time
I
ago?
haven't. I swore off gum probably like 5
My
years
parasite
ago.
wasn't a fan of gum.
yeah. It was really coming between us.
George, just cuz.
Yeah, I think it's kind of gross.
Crap.
Yeah, mailman.
I totally parked in front of someone's mailbox and I was like,
This
no
one-
way the mailman's coming on a Sunday. And
Sabbath.
my goodness, like I am directly like there's no way to get in.
Oh,
Oh.
that was a little mailman cameo on the podcast.
Well, yeah.
Crazy. Yeah, I swore off gum just because I don't know. I find it to be a little gross and like, I'm generally okay with people chewing gum, but it just rubs me a bit the wrong way. And also, if you ever like play with your gum, I'm out.
Like blowing bubbles.
Blowing bubbles, not great. Taking it out of your mouth and holding it in your hands.
Don't.
Who does that
I don't-
ever?
People do that.
When?
Just, just like in.
What did he say?
He said, "Don't remind mailman it's Sunday," which is like probably some mailman inside
George,
joke that I don't get. 'cause
Wait,
I'm
as
a
the
mailman.
person who heard that, you have to laugh there. You can't hear that he made a joke and not laugh, and we're all just in the dark.
Yeah, I
we're
don't
whispering like, what did he say?
George, you got to take it upon yourself to frickin' crack a smile at the very least.
Okay, yeah, my bad. Sorry, guy.
Jesus.
For our audio
on the
listeners,
podcast.
a mailman just drove by and cracked a mailman joke.
And it was
George,
hilarious, but none of us
and,
heard it.
and
except
George is
George.
the only one who heard it, and he didn't laugh.
Yeah.
I didn't find it very funny, so you know.
Yeah,
Okay, but
just
I don't want to.
sympathy
No, I
laugh.
don't want to give that guy a big head. Stay humble, dude.
That guy's ego right now.
Check your ego at the gate as far as me and mailman jokes.
Yeah.
You gotta earn it.
That's sort of like me and Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
I'm not just going to respect you because you're a mailman making jokes.
You gotta make me crack up.
Yeah. What were we saying before that? Right before
Something about gum.
Oh yeah, George swore off gum.
Yeah,
oh
I
no!
find it gross.
Here's what I was saying. No one takes. I've never seen anybody take it out of their mouth and just hold it.
Was-
What do they do? Just hold it for a little bit?
Like roll it in the finger. Okay, I've seen it, and I
Wasn't
find
there
it.
a
That's
thing-
gross, and I've never seen anybody
Like,
do it. Have you
okay.
ever seen anybody do it, Luke?
No,
Yeah.
I've seen the
Put it behind your
spit.
ear.
Yeah, I've seen the behind the ear.
Okay, well that's
Wait, people
way
actually
worse.
do that? People do that?
Yeah.
Oh
I think
yeah,
So
that's.
like a save it for later little treat.
Yeah.
That's disgusting.
I've
That's
also seen
perverse.
the.
That's perverse.
I've seen the belly button one too.
No way!
Hence why I swore this off. It's
That-
just I
that's-
can't
okay,
contribute
well-
to this kind of culture.
That's
But you don't have to. You can just chew gum normally.
It's too
yeah.
reminiscent.
You can be the gum chewer reformist.
Yeah.
No, it's too close for
You've
comfort.
given up on this.
Yeah.
That's-
No, that's
The community is absolutely beyond recovery.
yeah, maybe. So the belly button thing and the behind the ear thing, that's something that the gross kid would do in like a Disney movie.
Like a Diary of a
Sure,
Wimpy Kid.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Diary of a Wimpy Kid, exactly.
Oh,
Freaking
yeah.
gross kid.
Yeah.
Fragley.
Yeah,
Fragley
Fragley.
out here is.
Fragley.
but you know he has a stash of gum in his like inner ear.
Just all of his
He takes like
orifices.
like you see him like in his locker just like with a hanger. Hey, Fragley, what you doing? He's like, pulls out like a 10-foot wad of gum.
prying some gum out of his friggin'
Yeah. Now we're starting to understand my decision, right? That's
Yeah.
disgusting.
Well,
Yeah, that is.
yeah, I
Chewing
can't help
gum normally.
I can't help but ask, why not just do it the normal way?
I don't really like it anyways. It's just not.
So you didn't swear it off. You just don't.
You don't like
Just,
it.
I
it's
don't
not
like
your
it,
Thing.
and hence is why I swore it off.
Well, what if I said this? I swore off lobster. It's just like, oh, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just a more fun way to say it, I guess.
It
Okay.
seems like another George and Ashton debate that's
No, we're done.
okay.
That's it.
Which that was such irresponsible phrasing. I want to
Luke,
throw up.
Luke, do you like breakdancing at all?
No,
gosh.
no. we got into it heavy over breakdancing.
Let's just ask him with no follow up. What do you think of breakdancing?
I genuinely have no thoughts on breakdancing.
You have to go
To
one
be
way.
completely honest, I don't really like what is breakdancing at its like fundamentals.
Do you-
I feel like I just open up like a can of worms right now. That's just about to.
Yeah, we'd better
Do it.
not.
Okay.
No, okay, don't do it.
What is it? It's freaking so awesome.
Wrong. It's dumb.
Oh, fun fact! I actually saw a video of Neil deGrasse Tyson breakdancing.
What?
Really?
Yeah,
Has he got skills?
he has. I was impressed.
That's like a
How does-
podcast
How does that
super.
scale? On,
Yeah, that's
on his
actually two
clean
very
slate?
contentious issues for me, sort of all wrapped in one.
No, but it's his clean slate, so you love him now.
Oh right, yep, love
Well,
him.
he doesn't
Love him.
necessarily love him.
No.
You
George, that's
can
plus-
love him.
plus
I
10
already
points.
declared Neil deGrasse was a blank slate.
Oh, and now he breaks.
Now I
dances,
find
now
out
you
that
love
he's
him.
breakdancing.
Yeah, it bumps him up in your book.
It's plus 10
Awesome.
points exactly.
It's like, yeah.
Now, Luke, I was under the impression you had some tea to spill.
T.
oh,
Do you? Well, let me ask you this:
Yeah.
Are you like? Because you've been in some movies and TV shows, right? So do you like?
Correct.
Are you kind of in that world? Do you like know some people in the big leagues and
Yeah,
stuff?
you can say I've run into a couple people.
Is that cool?
young Leo, have you met him? Young
Have
Leo
you traveled back
DiCaprio?
to the past?
I actually
and met
have.
him?
Yeah, young Leo. Good friend of mine.
Yeah.
Call him up whenever. You know.
How hot is he? Ugh.
Scale of 1 to 10, he's
11.
he's 12.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Like 11's like,
True.
oh, he's like 11. He is a 12.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
it is one more above the not, you know.
Yeah, he's even
Just-
more. What is this tea? Oliver mentioned some tea for you
yeah.
to spill.
Okay.
I
Well,
hadn't heard of it, so let's.
We'll not name names
Yeah.
for the sake of the listener, but basically I don't know if I should go into this.
If you don't want to, it's fine.
Okay, it's not much tea, but basically my friend Josh Rush, who is also on the show that I was previously,
Has he been to my house, or was that a different guy?
that is a different guy.
Nah,
That is a different
I like
guy.
that guy.
Yeah, other guy.
Say what's up to him.
I will say what's up. This guy, basically, one of our mutual people that we know, basically called Josh out for he tweeted something like "Eat the rich," and basically they got into quite the Twitter beef, talking about how we don't need to eat the rich. What we need is like everyone changing their diets. which is
from the rich.
yeah.
Don't want to take the rich out of your diet.
Remove the rich from your diet. Stat.
Yeah, and basically
10 things you can stop eating to lose belly fat. Number 1, the rich.
Well, they're
yeah.
so well marbled, you know. It's just,
Just the chiseled jaw just gets stuck inside, you can't lodge in your throat sometimes. The plastic surgery doesn't digest well.
Right.
No, but basically, this Twitter beef kind of went back and forth on discussing kind of what mainstream environmentalism is, which is like the view that, there goes the mail. Oh, shit. There goes the mailman.
George is trying to make amends.
I
He
waved.
at
I
him.
waved to him to signify my sorrow for my previous actions.
Yeah.
That was terrible.
We should get him on the podcast.
Yeah.
So, your one joke.
Yeah.
Flop. How did that feel when your joke just absolutely
Tanked.
flopped?
Yeah, a long story short is basically like, there's debaters on both sides of like mainstream environmentalism, which is basically this notion that everyone, if they change their actions in their daily lives, like we can basically save the planet, solve climate change. And then there's other people on the other side who say, no, that it's not just like everyone needs to change their diet. What it is systemic change in our government and throughout the entire global economic thingy-majig.
That's cool.
Which side of the debate are you on?
Definitely on the economic thingy-majig.
Side.
No, but yeah, basically, I used to definitely be more about, change your diets. That's what's going to save the planet. We are obviously, as many viewers may know, unless they are major Trump supporters, which I don't know what your audience is right now.
We don't either, really. So
Yeah, one time the only comment we got was like this one dude, and it was like something in Russian or something, and then this weird link.
Did you click it?
Didn't click it.
Oh, we
Wait,
got.
what about Drury?
It was awfully tempting.
Yeah.
Drury commented.
Drewy commented.
yeah,
also
Drewy
about the
commented.
podcast.
That was
Yeah.
so sick.
So yeah, we basically have no idea what our audience is. But
Interesting.
we hope they're some pretty cool people.
Yeah.
If you're listening, if you're a cool person, let us know in some way.
Give us a shout.
We'll add you to the podcast.
Yeah.
We're very desperate for listeners.
Yeah.
We'll slot you in right after my parasite.
Yeah.
Yeah, but long story short, not to bore our Russian comrades, is, I think that we are too deep in right now. We have such a short amount of time to turn climate change around that, everyone going off of me or doing these small things like recycling, which is not, it's like literally a hoax. It just, we need full on government, change and systemic change on a global scale that I think, yes, individual action, it's great to talk about, but it only goes so far. We have to go farther and get literal, governments and corporations on board, and burn the entire capitalism down to the ground. But that's a different.
Yeah, it's pretty terrifying to think that like when we are the age of our parents, like the world might just be like destroyed or like very close to being destroyed.
Yeah, I don't know how sciencey you guys want to get into it right now, but I did just watch a really good documentary that I very highly suggest to anyone listening. The David Attenborough's Netflix documentary.
Okay. He's that English guy, right?
Yeah,
He's the English
he is
guy.
the English
I feel
guy.
a certain kinship with him
Yeah.
because of my English heritage.
Oh,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Where are you from, basically?
Yeah. Amazing question, first of all.
Oh, here we go.
I'm actually from English.
Spectacular
You just
question.
opened something, Luke. You have no idea.
So, I was technically born in Santa Barbara. If you really want to get, down into the nitty-gritty. But I've spent an astonishingly large part of my upbringing in England.
So astonishing, it's almost like 2 weeks out of the year.
It's if you totaled it all together, I'm sure it would amount to a number that has more digits than you could manage. You know,
In
depending
terms
on
of
what
seconds.
depending on what unit you use.
Yeah. All right. Let's get into the weeds.
Well,
Climate
basically,
change-wise.
yeah. In this documentary, they kind of go through why climate change is basically hurtling out of control right now, and something that a lot of scientists didn't compensate for when they gave the projections of how long we have until it reaches a tipping point. Is there is this thing called permafrost, which is over most of the northern regions of the globe. And inside the permafrost, it's like this layer of ice over all this all these plants and all these different type of soil. And if that permafrost melts, it I don't know what the type of gas it's called, but it is
Isn't it methane? Maybe.
So methane, it's definitely part of that,
Okay.
but it's like an even more potent
Sort of a cocktail of gas.
yeah.
Methane's pretty bad too.
Methane's like 4 times more destructive than carbon dioxide, but this gas that's in the permafrost, I heard from the documentary, I might be wrong on my stats, but
Yeah.
it was something like 8 times.
Oh crap.
More.
That sucks.
Shit. But yeah, basically, because obviously the ice caps are melting, and the permafrost is beginning to melt as well, and it is releasing this, these greenhouse gases into the atmosphere, which not only further, melt more permafrost, but it also creates these avalanches, and it just fully takes areas under because, the soil gets too, I guess, damp or something.
Oh, and then it.
I don't know the science behind it, but there's been these huge craters in certain northern countries that have just fully
Is
caved
it getting
out.
people or is it just getting nature?
It's getting nature right now.
Okay, let's keep it that way.
Yeah.
Or let's
Yeah.
or let's prevent it from getting things.
Yeah, let's
In
just prevent
general.
it from even getting nature.
Yeah.
Well, you know what's 8 times more destructive than methane?
Is this
Get the claps ready.
like a fart joke?
George, it's farts.
Yeah.
Aha!
I was wanting the claps there.
Have we got a new soundboard? We got a
Yeah.
new little device, and it has the soundboard. So
Was that my best work comically? No. Was it more an opportunity to showcase the claps, which I thought were coming? Yeah.
I think my sound was better than the claps for that situation.
Could have even paired them.
So, Luke, how do we fix it?
That is the question right there.
Capitalism.
Yeah, I mean, I think it goes back to what I said is we need systemic change at a rate that is way past what the Paris Accord ever hoped to achieve.
Okay. Yeah.
Something like, a Green New Deal, something that just has a global impact that we quickly start ramping up renewable energy, getting off of fossil fuels, and eating the rich, obviously.
I'm down.
So
Yeah,
how
yeah.
would the Flash fit into that?
Yeah.
Well, you see.
Ben's a DC and Marvel buff.
Oh.
So
So if the Flash has any place in this plan, he'd like to be informed.
he's really not going to get on board unless we incorporate
Well, you know
the Flash
what?
somehow.
I genuinely feel like the Flash could be some sort of renewable energy. He just runs super fast. And
Yeah.
he creates he spins the fan like a nuclear
The Flash on a treadmill.
Yeah.
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 All right.
Hey,
Yeah,
let's hit him up.
So get on that Flash. So yeah.
Yo,
We know
Flash.
you're listening. This is
Come on
your
the
call
pod.
to action. Yeah.
You gotta slow down enough, for an hour or two.
All right.
Yeah,
do
George.
a goof.
Do it. Yeah.
Oh, not that goof.
Yeah. Here's my thing.
Yeah.
That's not really my thing. Is the way you do that, and correct me if I'm wrong here, because there's not a financial incentive to do green energy, otherwise we'd be doing it, right?
False.
So is that false?
Yeah. There is a
Oh, well, long term, of course.
short term.
Short term, explain that to me.
How
So-
short?
Short as in flock of birds. Short as in 2 to 3 years. I mean, obviously it's a gradual thing, but within 2 to 3 years we'd start seeing returns. I mean, there's a couple things with the Green New Deal. It creates 200,000 jobs
That's true.
in addition to the jobs that are transferred over from oil and gas to renewable.
Facts.
So
That's cool.
Also, like, I've never gotten the argument of like the coal workers. It's like, dude,
it's like no one.
I love them to death, but we got something greater at stake. Like,
Yeah.
when there was other terrible practices, I'm not saying that coal workers are like slave owners, but when we did slavery, there's no concern for the slave owners when we decide it's time to get rid of slavery. It's just something we got to do.
Yeah,
Like,
that sucks for them, but like at
Yeah.
some point, your job is killing our Earth. So,
but not just killing the earth; it's killing them. I mean,
Yeah, true.
You would
It's not
want
even
a
good.
better.
Yeah,
I mean, obviously, no hate to the coal workers.
they're
I
friggin' workers.
They're
just
workers.
Like, yeah.
They're doing their thing. They're trying to make a living, and it's like if someone offered you $10 versus $5 with a Big Mac, you're like, am I gonna stick with this $5 every week, or am I gonna go for the Big Mac and the $10? That's a weird analogy, but
yeah,
I, mean,
I honestly don't know what it means.
all right, too obscure.
But I do love Big Mac, so I guess I'd take the
I'm
Big
right there with you, except for that I don't know what it means.
So I'm no scientist, but it
yeah.
seems like
Yeah, and by no means am I at all an expert on this. I've just done more research, I guess. than
no,
the
but
average Joe.
so it seems like in a lot of these areas, so the problem with like getting rid of coal that people bring up is like, oh, well, what about these people's jobs? It seems like in a lot of these areas where there's coal mines, there's also sun, like, and there's also like running water. Like there's a lot of, I feel like, areas where they could be repurposed where they are to green energy. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
How do people how do coworkers get a job in renewable energy that's like consistent? Because I feel like, or I don't really know, but isn't like for solar, isn't it just like building the solar panels? Or I guess there's maintenance to do on them too. Like how would?
Yeah, I mean, there's maintenance to all those jobs, but I mean, we have to. So basically, like, the whole thing with the Green New Deal is we have to build so many outlets for renewable energy. So it's not just solar; it's wind, it's hydro.
Nuclear? Is nuclear a part of that?
I'd do hydro because when they weren't looking, I'd go surfing around the water.
Just down a 150-foot drop.
So boyish.
Waterfall.
Yeah, that's a boy.
Take
When
a
my boss
nap.
wasn't looking, when I'm gonna be a big man someday, and at work, my boss, he can't be looking all the time. I know that, so I'm gonna do really fun stuff when he's not looking.
It's purely practical that my boss would have to take a diet off me to eat something or go to the bathroom. And in those times, what I would do,
Unless he's just a robot, in which case the whole plan is sort of screwed.
if the robot, I'd use water to short circuit his hard wires. Go forever.
This is part of an ongoing meme about how George is so boyish. He just says boyish things like he friggin' has a weird obsession with bears. And
Not weird. Luke,
No,
what's
it's
your
a
favorite?
bizarre, it's a bizarre obsession with bears with sexual undertones.
Oh, now I don't know if I'm gonna answer that.
No, there aren't any.
No, it's just fun.
To get us back on topic,
They love
Oh,
it
yeah.
too.
Luke, what do you think about Joe Biden's climate plan?
Joe
Because
Biden.
From what I've heard, it's impressive. It's better than
It's definitely better than what he was touting about.
It's better than TikTok communists give him credit for. I'll
Yeah,
tell you that right
yeah.
now.
I will go back to I mean, there's many problems with Senor Biden that I think we can all agree. I think I've said this statement, if only Bernie, like 400 times last year. But
Yeah,
but-
Bernie's kind of I like him too.
yeah,
He's sort of my guy as well.
yeah. People are starting to borderline stan, which gets a little weird when we stan our politicians and make
What is-
fan cams of them.
Is being a is no
Stan's
I'm
like
gonna sound-
stalker fan.
Oh, that's what.
So it's like an
stands for?
extreme fan.
I never knew that's what it meant.
Yeah.
I always
Okay.
thought it was
I
just
thought
like
it was like-
Flat Stanley. Like we all love Flat Stanley so much. Let's transfer this over to Bernie.
I feel like there's more famous stands that would
That's
like.
not what
first
you
thing
thought it was. No, I thought that'd be fun.
I was convinced that was the case.
Well, I've always been a Flat Stanley stan. So
I thought it was like you stand for them, stand up for them.
Oh,
Yeah.
STAND.
And it was just like Twitter got a hold of it and then took off a consonant. too.
No, believe me, I am far behind like the whole Twitter lingo.
Yeah.
That's like one of the few words that I actually know. But basically, yeah, I don't know what we're talking about. Oh yeah, Joe Biden's climate plan. I think it's definitely a step in the right direction. I'll give him that. I don't think it goes far enough than what scientists are telling us we need to do. But Joe Biden is the moderate candidate, so that is better than what I was expecting, to be honest. Bernie helped, write the policy, so it's not.
He wrote the damn bill.
I wrote the damn bill.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
That's good. Yeah.
I do.
I liked you did good hand movements. You can't see the hand movements.
Yeah,
They
the
were
hand
spot
movements
on.
sell it.
He's nailed the hand movements.
We need a political revolution.
Yeah,
That's good. That voice is good.
Revolution.
George is notoriously bad at accents.
Oh, am I?
So-
am I quite bad, right? How is this then? In it?
Wow.
What's it gonna be?
You're insulting Ashton's heritage.
This is a direct attack on all things.
Ashton's English heritage, whatever that means, is being so absolutely obliterated right now.
Yeah.
I think when it comes to climate policy, the thing is, whatever the left side of the spectrum proposes, or whatever is sort of their idea of the best direction to go, it's gonna get watered down by the Republicans.
Right.
So I think you have to start from like as sort of radical as a position that you can, move the window as far as you can towards strong action,
That's what Bernie did.
and then it'll get watered down and you'll get something that's not as good, but hopefully still enough.
Yeah.
Or just better than the status quo.
That's
Or
reverse
yeah, and
psychology.
over time you'll move the status quo left and you'll get policy better.
I mean, there's truth to that. For me, I just feel like if you really are invested in like what is going on and like how much time we genuinely have, yeah, sure, it would be great if we like slowly push the Republicans to our side. That's not what's happening, right? That's not what happening is. I can't speak. That's not what is happening right now. What's happening is, we can go into politics, but obviously I think what's happening is the Democrats are becoming Republican, the lefts are becoming, progressives, and Republicans, I don't even know what is going on with them. I think they're like going in fantasy land.
They're kind of going crazy. in a
Yeah.
way.
So
Yeah, they're pretty.
yeah, I
What
don't know the
Bernie-
right solution.
Yeah, what Bernie did so like brilliantly though was take pretty far left politics for American standards. They're not far left.
Yeah,
in
they're
terms of
literally Bernie
world.
would be a moderate
Right.
in any other progressive country.
Yeah, so he took what's pretty left politics and sort of mainstreamed it to the point where like he moved the political conversation. Like Medicare for all is
It's a litmus test for Democrats.
well, it's on the table among. It's sort of in the realm of political possibility now, whereas
It
in
wasn't
2014,
Sure.
we started with Obamacare. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Was Obamacare in 2014? Was that one and that was a thing?
No.
No, that
But-
was like-
well, that was Obamacare was the system in 2014.
Oh, okay.
but it I
Started.
don't know when
He
it
just
passed
chose
exactly.
a point of reference during
Okay,
Obama's
yeah.
But before
yeah,
before Bernie was in the mainstream.
True. There's a funny joke on SNL about how it was a photo. You know how like in Weekend Update and like all those talk shows they'll like Mitch McConnell said this and it'll be a photo of Mitch McConnell.
Yeah.
It was and he had this like blank expression on his face, and Colin Jost was like Mitch McConnell, who's pictured here, watching a school bus stall on train tracks, and it was just like this blank, like emotionless expression on his face.
Oh my god.
That's funny.
That's freaking super funny.
Man, that guy is a freaking burnt up yet also
He's
dry
got-
turkey.
He's got
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah.
He's got so much excess skin on his.
Have you
face.
seen his
It makes-
hands?
No.
Oh, they're like black.
Yeah. It's
What?
like there's like all these like memes about how Mitch McConnell, like if you see his hand, they look like, have you seen like Harry Potter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know how Dumbledore in that one scene his hand started turning black because he like tried to kill a Horcrux?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah, so like everyone's saying that Mitch McConnell is trying to kill a Horcrux because his hands are like literally black. Like
That's insane.
that yeah.
And any reason why?
I think it's like
think he tried to
bruising or
kill him.
something. I don't know. He's like an old.
Old people just
Old
get
man.
weird. Like what?
Yeah.
That's gonna.
Ugh.
Like-
old people.
No, but like it's a weird thought that like your body is just literally like deteriorating as you're
Yeah.
living. As you're just like living in your body, but it's just degrading.
Well, humans weren't meant to last longer than like 35 years for literally thousands of years.
We're bawling out right now.
That's
Yeah.
kind of true. We're friggin' shoving it in nature's face.
Frickin' nature.
Well,
Really
legend
not.
has it that Mitch McConnell actually sold his soul to Satan,
I have heard
and
that.
his body is deteriorating, but he will live forever.
That seems like the most likely thing.
If I had to guess, then yeah, that's got to be it.
That'd
He
be my
freaking
first
shut down the
guess, yeah.
$2,000 stimulus bill. What kind of freaking moron does that? Literally, like,
But how is that good politics? I don't know from
either.
both sides.
Yeah, it was completely bipartisan. Like Trump was calling for it, and Bernie was calling for it.
Yeah. And
Literally, only moderate Republicans were not.
I hope that'll be important.
But everybody
for the,
wanted it. Everybody's not
I-
an elected official wanted it.
I hope that will hurt Republicans in the Georgia runoffs.
It has
That
to.
It
the
has-
Republican Senate.
honestly, the longer
Couldn't pass it.
Republicans are, I mean, obviously they went against Trump in this one, which was so weird. But the longer Republicans are holding on to Trump and treating him like he's still the king, the better for the Republican Party. Like, just the better in the terms of like, watch
All right.
them all, burn in flames. But like,
It's
Well,
better
scream
for
there.
you guys.
Over our feast of the rich. We're getting radical on this podcast.
Yeah, George.
Me and Ben. I think I speak for both of us when we say we're out of our depth.
Yeah, very much.
I'm not a
Also-
big politics guy.
yeah.
Ben's
I'm-
not really either.
I'm not
But
a
but
communist either. I just
No.
like burning. I don't want to like be violent towards rich people.
yeah.
I don't think no. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think there's extremes of both sides, and like sometimes they take it a little too far. I'm like, I don't think
Yeah.
we need to actually
I'll-
kill. That's not what.
I'll tell you this right now. Yeah, wow. That was. I feel like the freaking mailman right now.
Oh my god, that's perfect.
Um,
Oh shit, he's back.
no, he's not.
He's yelling at. Oh, he's running. He's
got a
knife.
the confiscated gun in one of the mailbox packages. He's coming.
Yeah. No, I'm sure he was. I'm sure he's not violent.
He's not violent and not funny.
Yeah. Well, George,
Boom.
I'm sure if all of us heard it, some of us would have laughed.
I've got beef.
George just basically.
George got mad.
George had his opportunity.
I barfed it right up.
Yeah, barfed it right up, along with friggin' sugar and apricots or whatever else is on the list.
Hey, all you listeners, quick editor's note here from TP number 1. This episode was so slammin' with so much content that we actually have to cut it into 2 parts. So come back in the next couple days for part 2 of our interview with Luke Mullen. It'll be up on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Check back soon.